Good afternoon, everybody. It's Friday, March the 10th, and today we're going to talk about Silicon Valley Bank. This one's going to be a short one today because, quite frankly, I'm still trying to gather some information on what went down with this. But apparently it looks like this. So Silicon Valley Bank, this is a financial institution very engaged in the tech startup world. So their clients, tech startups, venture funding, that's the lifeblood of their business. Not a great place to be in the last 18 months or so. You've got, that VC world has really slowed down, in some cases dried up. You have valuations of leading edge emerging tech down really significantly over the last 18 months. And you've got burn rates among these companies much higher than expected. So you've got lack of new deals coming in. You've got deposit money being burned away a little bit faster than people had expected. And that's in an environment where the assets that they're holding on their books tend to be older treasury bonds and things yielding less than 2%. All that doesn't make for a great formula, particularly when you're concentrated very heavily in one sector. So this became the first FDIC insured financial institution to fail this year, and it's a pretty big one. It's a couple $100 billion. So the question is how does this reverberate through the system? And the answer is we just don't know yet. I know that a few years back, Evergrande in China, people wondered how that would reverberate, and you really never know how these things are going to pan out. I'll give you kind of a positive case and a negative case. The negative case is that we've got these rising interest rates. You see this first failure, and it's nowhere near on the scope, by the way, of Lehman, Bear Stearns, and what you saw back in 2008. But is this a canary in the coal mine? Does it show that there's some other weakness through the financial system? Anytime you get these increasing rate environments, the tide's going out, and you're going to see where that exposure is. Silicon Valley Bank, obviously, one of those to go. Now, the question is it the first domino that then leads to the system? We just don't know yet. Or conversely, is it limited to them and maybe very specialized lenders like they were? And does it also, on the other hand, does it cause the Fed now to maybe take a pause in their rate hiking regime here? Because that's really what's kind of hit the markets in the last week or so, is Chairman Powell's come back and the Fed's continue to be very hawkish. We had some dovish comments a few weeks ago, the markets like that. This week it was full on like increasing rates, very hawkish this week. Markets did not like that. But seeing this failure of this institution, will it give the Fed maybe a pause? This is kind of my hope, and say, hey, we've increased rates a lot. Let's see how the system is going to take this over the next few months or so before we continue tightening and tightening and tightening. But anyway, it's big news. It's one that we're watching. This thing could go either way. It could be the start of something that could put more stress in the financial system, or it could be limited. I don't have the answer to that. We're going to be doing a lot of reading on it this weekend to try to figure that out. Conversely, could it be a positive thing? Because could it be kind of exposing that, hey, these rate hikes, this really consistent drumbeat of hawkish comments from the Fed and increasing interest rates is going to expose and will continue to expose some of the weaker players or more concentrated players like Silicon Valley Bank. Either way, it definitely bears watching. If you have some thoughts on this yourself, please comment. I would love to read them. If you have any questions about what this all might mean, please reach out to myself or a member of the team. And as always, if you stay with me for 3 minutes, I appreciate it. I will talk to you soon. Take care.